right, folks, checking in at number 9. We have Cam Lawton-Slogger. Cam, a couple weeks ago, I had your team ranked right in the mix. I believe you were top 5 at one point. Hurts was scoring 3 touchdowns a week. Swift was taking over the league. I think at one point he was well inside the top 10 of running backs. And then it all just kind of fell apart. The Eagles being one of the main reasons why. Your team, a choice, a team that you decide to ride with through thick and thin. Well, I don't know whether thick is good or thin is good, but either way, whatever one's worse, that's what the Eagles have been doing recently, and that has caused your team to basically plummet off of the cliff. Our league's biggest DK supporter, unfortunately, your point totals recently have been more unstable than his emotions, so very difficult. Please don't grab my face mask the next time you see me, by the way, after I make this video. Hey, I'm just saying the facts here, okay? No need to get upset. You almost overcome the Nick Chubb injury, but Has really did you in week 13. That was a soul-crushing loss for you. There was no way you were going to recover from that, and it is just all over. Missing the playoffs the last 2 years, unfortunately for you, your tendency to not come up big in big games is starting to remind me of your favorite Seahawks wide receiver. Now, as we get into your picks, your best pick of the year was definitely DeAndre Swift, 78th overall. Up until recently, Swift was one of the top producers at the running back spot in fantasy football. Kind of came out of nowhere. Nobody was sure who was going to take over the Eagles' backfield. But Swift, being sort of an okay player that gets resurrected by the Eagles' offense, you can call that the Miles Sanders effect. The worst pick of the year, Terry McLaurin, another team that you have needed to come through here at the end of the year. The Commanders have been absolutely falling off a cliff, and recently Curtis Samuel and Jahan Dotson have both been outperforming Scary Terry at 63rd overall. You really needed him to be a solid wide receiver too. He's basically almost not even been able to be played at flex for most of this season. Unfortunately for you, the Chubb injury basically is what does you in. If you didn't make that didn't happen, you probably would have made the playoffs, in all honesty. You actually drafted a lot better than you did last year. You almost made it. Injuries weren't as much of a thing last year. This year, injuries are back on the menu, unfortunately, for almost all of us. So everybody's limping a little bit. Your injury just came really soon, and you couldn't overcome it. Unfortunate, but hey, them's the breaks, kid. And, again, don't grab my face mask because of this video. With that being said, we're going to be moving on. And by the way, that Biden pick, not really doing you any favors here. This is a red league, okay? Moving on, we're going to number 8 next.